Just ringing up Christopher Browell again today on the on the 21st of October.
That is for 07769247196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Yes, hello Mr. Browell, it's Mr. Hussein here once again, leaving yourself a daily voice message for you, the local authority, to tell me where my brother is and his whereabouts and his health and welfare. And for yourself to continue to ignore me like you are doing. This is completely unacceptable. You can't just simply take somebody from their home, deny them all their freedom and liberties and rights, and in order for you to get the force through your narrative and agenda that my brother's a vulnerable person and I'm the one that's neglecting him. Well, you can't get me for abuse, can you? You can't get me for financial abuse, which you were obviously trying to arrange and were trying to frame me for by giving me the card or giving me the money. When has my brother ever collected the money? Any money that you give him, he's going to give to me. He's made it quite clear to you on several previous occasions. When I say you, the collective, when your colleagues Fungai Muchichitiri and Baljit Note had gone down on the 22nd of February 2021 to offer him money, and then obviously he said, no, I don't want the money, give it to my brother. And once again, when you, the collective, went down on the 12th of March 2021, he slammed the door in your face. You've now literally abducted my brother for the last 74 days. You have not respecting any of his human rights. You've come down without a translator, without anybody with the right language skills. That's what happened last time when you came down in 2022, isn't it? You came down yourself and somebody else without the right language skilled people, knowing the fact that my brother does not speak English. You did not bring a mental capacity advocate along. You want to remove me from the scene. You want to remove myself, but yet you're not following your own laws and procedures of getting a IMCA, independent mental health advocate, to advocate on my brother's behalf. It's all just too much work and effort, isn't it? It's just all so hard and difficult for you to do, and what you want to do is you want to turn to criminality and trying to simply abuse your position in authority to say that, oh well, we're the local authority or we're the health authority and we're doing it in your brother's best interest. What are you doing in my brother's best interest exactly? 74 days later, we as a family are obviously losing our minds to not knowing where our brother is, and you there sitting comfortably after having unlawfully abducted my brother, after unlawfully commissioning the services of the police to come and arrest me. 74 days later, we have no idea where our brother is. There will be consequences. I've told you quite clearly, £1 million a day. You people don't seem to care, do you? You think, oh well, you're not going to get £1 million. And whenever it goes in front of a court, we'll just buy off the judges. So what you're talking is complete rubbish. However, what you do by buying off the judges is criminally convict me of defrauding my own brother money. Now, since I've come back out into my brother's life in 2017, or a period of over 6 or 7 years now, you've not been paying us any money. You've made sure that Talib does not get any access to his own benefit money. Who's been supporting him? Myself? Myself alone. Adalat's not been supporting him. You've commissioned the services of Adalat to be one of your lackeys in order to achieve your objectives. This is all fraudulent and contrived. And in order to prevent me or stop me from communicating with you, you've created a vexatious complainant policy, which, as you clearly know, is not even lawful, because obviously I have fundamental rights, which I have explained to you, that I have a right to complain as an affected person for your failure to provide appropriate services to my brother. What you want is this public accolade that you, the local authority, are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and not to be publicly examined for what's really happening. And instead of and as I'm looking to highlight your failures, all you're looking to do is basically just smear and discredit my good name by telling lies about me in order to achieve your narrative. Where are we now? Several years later, you stopped his direct payments in 2012, July or August. In August 2012, over 10 years ago, Over 10 years ago, you've stopped his money. You're making profit and gain, and abusing your position to vilify and victimize me. Any money that you, the council, have paid to my brother in social care, you've more than doubled or tripled back by fully emptying out our family trust fund, and you're continuing to make money and gain for yourselves. And this is justice. And then you're saying that I'm the one that's being aggressive. You're trying to frame me, and in the process of trying to frame me for being aggressive or violent or thuggish, which you're effectively coaching and training me to do, the reality is that you have been caught out or framed for my brother Nazim's murder, for my mother's murder, and now you're looking to frame me, well, for my brother's murder, that you've got him in your unlawful care and custody. This is simply ridiculous, Mr. Browell. You know this from day one. I've been open and transparent with you, and you are saying that you can't trust us. The local authority can't trust me. What makes you think I can trust you, the local authority, when you've been murdering people? You're in a position of authority and power. I'm not in a position of authority and power in order for you to be able to trust me. Trust works on the basis of authority and power. Doctors should not have to trust their patient. The patients have to trust their doctors. Similarly, you're in a position of authority. How you're the ones that need to build up trust with the people that you're meant to be serving.
15 seconds recording time remaining.
I was talking about the word of trust, that you're saying, oh, we don't trust you. What makes you think I trust you? You're all a bunch of lying, thieving crooks. Mr. Browell, it's now been 74 days. This is completely ridiculous. We need to know where our brother is. You can't just kidnap a human being and holding him captive as a prisoner. This is not acceptable.
Your recording time has expired. To leave your message, press 1. To review, message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Every day I'm leaving them a message. Every day I'm in psychologically being tortured and vilified and victimized, and there's nothing I can do about it, because they say, oh no, we're not doing this because it's racism, we're not doing this because it's Islamophobia, we're not doing this because it's xenophobia, we're just doing our jobs. What gives you the right to come and abduct my brother like this and just say, oh no, it was just a mistake? It was not a mistake. It was a calculated endeavor. You've had many years in order to plan and plot to take my brother. The local authority have been vexated that my brother ever came back into my care in December 2018, nearly 5 years ago. So they've been vexated. The very day that my brother got released into my care on the 14th of December 2018, the very day, on the 14th of December, the local authority then instructed the GP practice to raise a false flag safeguarding alert regarding my mother. And then obviously I got a call from the district nurses saying that we got concerns, we're going to raise a safeguarding alert regarding your mother. So that's what they did in 2018, and then got the police to come over to do a welfare check on my sister in Oldham, and then it turned out to be the next day they came regarding my mother. So that all kind of messed up on them. So from the day that my brother's been released into my care, they've been quite anxious to get him back and been plotting and planning for all these years. And now once again, we're in the situation where they simply have kidnapped my brother and will not provide any kind of information, will not look to engage with me, saying I'm the one that's being aggressive or violent and abusive. But yet they know at the same time that I'm recording all my interactions and calls with them and publicizing them, and that's what the real thing that they don't like. They can't say that. They can't say, well, what we don't want is, we don't want you to record, we don't give you permission to record us, we don't want you to record us, and we definitely don't want you to publicize our lies and deceptions into the public domain. We don't consent to that. But when I say, well, under what legal framework do I need your consent? Then they come back with our personal human rights. Human rights while you're at work, all right, while you're abusing our privacy, our human rights. It's all lies and deception. They know the fact that they can recruit the information commissioner in order to achieve what they want to achieve by this new narrative that they've created. But the reality remains, they're in a position of authority and power, and they are obliged to build up trust with us, the people that they're meant to be serving. And the reality is they don't need to do this. And the reason that they don't need to do this is because they're abusing the power, they're abusing abusing their authority. They're abusing and neglecting, and in abusing and neglecting their roles and responsibilities. And it's far more easier and entertaining to vilify and victimize and smear my name and blame upon myself. What power did I have? I'm just a carer. I've got no authority and power. These people have authority and power, and what they want is they want a complete impunity and immunity from any kind of criticism. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous and horrendous. But what can one do but be patient and